Good morning, Flosstube. It's Helen D. It is raspy Helen D. I'm getting over a cold. I didn't know if this video was going to happen today because yesterday and the day before it sounded terrible. So we're going to try it. It's been better today. I have water. Emmy's already drunk from hers. It is what it is. Hope you guys are doing well and are better than I am. I didn't feel terrible, but I sure sounded terrible, so we'll see. It's been 2 weeks. I've been fairly focused. I was pulling stuff together and I'm like, this might be a short video. There's not too much. Then I did find a couple more that I've put like a tiny bit of work into, so I grabbed them so I'd have something to show. But it's just been a couple weeks of regular back to school stuff and working on those stitch alongs, trying to keep up, finishing up with the tomatoes and stuff, getting ready for applesauce. So just that kind of stuff. My son just did get his driver's permit, so that's been interesting. It's weird being in the back seat. I'm in the passenger seat in like the morning and stuff, and then we went to my parents this weekend, and my husband sat up front and I sat in the back and stitched, and it was weird. So we will jump in so I don't make you listen to this for an extended period of time. I do have 3 fully finished things to share. 2 I popped in frames last night, and the 3rd is a pillow. So I did get the chocobos done. This is for a wedding that my husband's going to. So that one is popped in its frame. These are just like the little pixels that he put together. So that one is ready to go. I guess I'll put that in here. This is Music in the Woodlands by Stitches by Ethel. And I stitched this last year. I think I started it. I might have started it at Stitch New England last year. I don't remember. But I had this fabric, I had just enough. And it really matches well. So I did a little peek of fabric and herringbone. I'm pretty sure I have a tutorial for this. I'm pretty sure that it's with a bent creek and it's this way in the picture, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. And I did a lady dot trim with cat hair. I think I changed a couple of the colors for this, but I don't really remember just because I didn't have them. But that was a really cute one. That'll be good to put up. And this one is Donna's. When I saw her this weekend, she handed me a big bag full of finishes. So this one I knew was just a frame and it would be easy. And I was framing last night anyway. This is called Cougar Canyon and it's from Max Pigeon Coop Designs. And Max, a lot of he designs purposely that they will pop right in a standard size frame. So on a 14 count, which is what Max uses, this is a 5x7 frame. So it would be a little less tight on a 16, but either one fits great. And I was going to check, this was a fabric filler fabric that would have said the name on it, but Emmy was sitting on it when I came downstairs, so. But this chart is really cute. She had bought a couple frames and she was asking my mom and I, she's like, all right, which one? There was a lighter one and the darker one, and we're both like the darker one. So that is done for her. So that's all my fully finishes, and I have no regular finishes. Like I said, I've just been kind of focused on those sals and a couple small things. So that's what I have. The first one, last video, I did show the potion bottles from Emma Congdon. This is in the latest issue, the October issue of Cross Stitcher magazine, and I'm going to do a couple of these as stand-ups. And I had to start with this one. And I'm doing it on 25 count with 3 strands of floss over 2. I'd never stitched cat puke before. This is Vintage Stormy Night. Not much of it's going to even show, and I had a piece the right size. So I can get a couple on here. So cat puke, I've been working on this one at tennis. He's been staying only for an hour, and sometimes for just an hour it's not worth it for me to come home. So I just sit there and stitch or go for a walk or both. So that one has gotten a little work, a little start. This one has only gotten a smidge of work. I put just a handful more stitches in on the September Cotton and Twine. The Two Foxes by Crochet Go-Go. And you can still get this from Cotton and Twine. Like I said last time, they've changed their subscriptions. They now have options, and one of them is PDF only. So you could get a PDF only. It's €7. I don't know what the trends, it changes every day. So it's €7. I just worked on the fox. I think I might have had him started last time, and all I did was the white. Like I said, he's only gotten a tiny bit of love. This one is on 32 count vintage country mocha. Then one that hadn't gotten love in a while came out because Tiny Modernist showed a sneak peek of what they'll be doing at the Jingle Ball, which has now just been fully shown. The Jingle Ball is in December, and they now have on the website, which I'll try and remember to link below, you can see all the classes that are going to be offered with a picture of what the class will be. And there's a couple that I'm really interested in. One of them is this one. Tiny Modernist is doing another of her little houses. It's like a pastry shop or a sweet shop. So I thought, I'm not sure if I signed up for that, I could get it stitched in time. However, I already have this one started. So I already have one side of that done, so it's further along. So I pulled it out, and I at least got a start on the second side of the house. So that's the first side, and this will be the second side. So 28 count taupe, light taupe, Lugana. So we'll see. And I'm pretty sure she just kind of whip stitches the pieces together. I'm kind of wondering if I would rather take the time and have it be annoying and do a line of back stitch around it, so then I could stitch through the back stitch like you would for a Biscornu or one of Hands On Designs blocks. Jury's out. I gotta get the 4 sides done first. I have 1 and an 1/8. So the 2 pieces that have gotten the most love are my 2 stitch alongs. Probably neither one of which I have a picture. So this one is Ghostly Gatherings, or Gathering, by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Mine is on 14 count Orchid Ada from Fiber Unwind. So the Witch was part 1. Part 2 was the pumpkins and the tree. And then I just started part 3. So it's the cauldron and a couple gravestones and I think another ghost. Oh, and a little house. It was like a little haunted house. And then part 4 will definitely have another tree. So that'll be fun because that tree was tricky. And we'll see what's in it. And that comes out, this was a monthly, so I think it comes out mid-October. So I got some work done on this, and then I switched to the Satsuma Street, which is every 2 weeks. Just to try and keep up with both. Sorry, just putting this away while I'm here. So that one, like I said, got quite a bit. I think I finished part 2 and started part 3. And then the last one, Oh, I do have a picture. This is the Satsuma Street Holiday House, and this was part 1, and this is part 2. The little topiary, and then the little elves with the white Christmas tree. So that's been fun. This one is on a color and cotton that was an old fabric of the month. So it's an unavailable fabric. So I finished part 1, and I'm just starting the big tree. At least the white will show up well on this fabric. That was something I really made sure, because she had said, you know, when you're picking a fabric, make sure the white shows up. So for some of the colors on this, I had been using, this is gonna just make a mess, hold on. I gotta move this Q-snap anyway. Let's just shove it on here so I can talk about it. I'm using the Silk Lame for the shiny parts, like the snow, but for the actual tree, I'm just using the B5200. So I had a couple people ask about the Silk Lame. It comes on a card. This is the one I'm using. It is SP02, and it is 1 strand. So trying to find something dark. It's a metallic twisted with a silk, so it's 1 strand. So when you pull it off the card, I had asked, like, how many strands do you use? I just use it just as is, as it comes off the card. So it's 1 strand. It's probably the equivalent of almost 2 strands of DMC. This is a 28 count. I think the coverage is good. It's subtle. It's got a subtle little sparkle. I find it the easiest to use of all the metallics that I've tried. Definitely better than that DMC metallic. All right. That's what I worked on. I have no purchases. Oh, I have 1 purchase. Hold on. Last week I did a video showing my fall decorations. And I said that I had gotten this mug tree. And I wanted to show it. All right, hold on, because everything's just gonna make a mess. Okay. It's a mug tree. I look for these at Goodwill, and I've never found one. And you'd think this is exactly the kind of thing that you would find there, but I never have. So this was in the dollar spot at Target. It was $5. So when I put I just took, Misty stitched this for me. I just took a little piece of 2 strands and a needle and just popped it through and made a little hanger. It's nothing fancy. I can snip it right out. And then they were sliding everywhere. So I took my glue gun and I just put a little dab of hot glue on all the little edges. And that way when I slide these on, if it's above the glue, it hits the glue and it stops. So that way it's less annoying. So I did pick up that. And it's great for like vertical space. I thought about picking up a second, and Donna wanted me to grab one for her, and now my store doesn't have any more. So they might get some, they might not. I also thought you could spray paint it black if you wanted it for Halloween. Just hanging my stuff back on while we talk. So that's another option. And mine might get more, but they're all sold out right now. Boop, there. So that was my purchases. Then we'll do giveaways, and apparently I didn't grab last videos, but I did write them down, so there's that. For number 1, it was Betsy's Autumn, which was donated by Carla at Cobweb Corner. That is going to Julie Lindsay. Number 2, Good in Everything, Marie Hendry. And number 3, Season of the Trees, is Natalie Buckner. And I will list those names below. My email is below. Shoot me an email, let me know what you want and what your address is, and I'll get them out to you. So this week, I have 2 giveaways from Carla at Cobweb Corner, who's been having sales. I think I've mentioned for her retirement, she's currently doing 20% off everything if your order is $40 or more. And she posted this morning on Instagram that she had an order for more than 200 skeins of floss. And she had to pull them all. And I thought, holy cow, I wouldn't want to put those away. Like, it'd be great to have them. It's great to get them on sale. Can someone else put them away? Because that seems like a lot of work. So, the sale is still running until she leaves for the farm. So there's no set end date. But when she leaves for the farm to help her friends with the harvest, she'll pause her store for a while. So, floss is going fast, friends. Zip on over and see what you can get. So for this week, again, just use the number, the numerical number. I use the random comment generator. Don't say like or giveaway. I always appreciate it if you're a subscriber, and I link Carla's channel as well. And you need to be over 18 so you can legally give me your address. So number 1 is Slightly Spooky from Little Robin, who I've seen a lot of people stitching this year. This came out last year, but I've seen a lot of people stitch it this year. So number 1. And number 2 is one from Lila's Studio that I'd never seen. 2014, so it's an older one. It's called Happy Halloween. I thought it was cute. So that's number 2. And then number 3, Kenzie from Mudpuppy Stitchery reached out, and she wanted to do a giveaway. Kenzie has a Flosstube, Mudpuppy Stitchery. She has an Etsy shop, and she has a Patreon, which I'll link all that below. Kenzie does really, really great nature charts, especially birds. She loves birds. So this is her Etsy shop. Get my hand out of the way. Just to give you a little look-see, which I'll link below. So what we're doing is, if you'd like number 3, whoever wins can pick a chart from the Etsy shop, and Kenzie will email you the PDF. I really like this one. It's pretty. So that's from Kenzie at Mudpuppy Stitchery. So thank you, Kenzie. That's it. Next week is Stitch New England. Hopefully this is better, because I'm going to talk so much I'm going to lose my voice there too. So we leave on Thursday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Rhode Island. So we're looking forward to that. I think there's 5 of us from kind of my local group that are going down. And then I need to keep up with my sales. Oh, the next part of Satsuma will come while we're down there. So I won't be able to start that until I get back. That's okay. I wouldn't want to mess that one up there anyway. I'll take easy things. I'll take the potion bottle. Live on Littlest just got, 1,000 years of fill-in. I'll probably take that. I'll have to see. Something on Ada, definitely. I don't know if I'll have a new start. I have so many going right now, I can't keep up, so we'll see. But yeah, check out those classes for the Jingle Ball. I didn't go to Harvest Hangout this weekend. We had a busy weekend, and I knew I wouldn't have time, and then I wouldn't have been able to talk anyway. But Jingle Ball classes have been posted, and there's some good ones, and I think registration opens mid-October. And I'll just do the PDF. Like, they always have a kitted class option, and then just a PDF option, which I'll do the PDF and kit it up myself. The Tiny Modernist one looks good. Liz Matthews has one that looks really interesting, where she did like snow globes almost out of jars. That one was cool. Hands-On Design is doing a giant Santa stand-up, like on the 10 count. There's some cute ones. So, all right, enough of this. I might come back next week to update you on where we're at before Stitch New England, just so I don't have as much. We'll see. Hope you guys are having a good week and sound better than I do, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.